American. Do you remember that was always what her friends would brief? Oh, the Brits. The implication to me was just the Brits are a bit lazy. They don't have that American work ethic. And I do agree, Americans tend to work very, very hard.
Are you serious?
But these people who were working for Meghan and describing her as a dictator in high heels and saying that she's terrifying, they are all major Hollywood players who I imagine knew how to work very hard.
Stop it.
So would you go as far to say that Meghan has now become toxic in Hollywood? And do you think that she will try and play the race card again, or will that not fly stateside?
In Hollywood, is very liberal, is very conforming to all people. You're not going to play the race card in Hollywood. I'm sorry. It's just not going to go well. And I think that is the problem for her. She can't rebuild
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
off of this negativity. It's going to be extremely difficult to try to show a different side, because you have to look at the fact that this is ingrained in her. This is how she has been essentially her whole life.
Are you serious?
She has been this person that's always gotten what she's wanted, always. And so she assumed by coming to Hollywood and having Harry on her arm was going to open up all these doors and opportunities.
Okay, I'm listening. You have my attention.
But it opened it up to get you in the door. Now show us who you are now that you are in the door. And she didn't show herself to be a good person and kind, and no talent. She assumed, and this is very resenting to people who have been in Hollywood for years, struggling, trying to make it, and to have someone come and think that they're going to just now have all these opportunities because you have a prince on your arm. It's not a way to
Wait for it.
to think that you're going to make it in Hollywood. You have to, show receipts. What can you do? And I don't think, I think a lot of people may have in the beginning believed the allegations about racism over in the United Kingdom, but
Here it comes.
they now have their people telling them, or the people in the States saying the exact same thing. And so you can't just say, okay, it's racism. No, it's what they're reporting. Very reputable publications are reporting
Are you serious?
information that is exactly what was said over in the UK. So now they have to almost question about the racist claims, because now it's like they're saying the same thing. And Meghan said it was racism, but Meghan, you're not telling the truth. You are saying things that are just not truthful.
They were not true. I mean, she was lying. I mean, Pete Dina, honestly, because remember, I used to deal with her team all the time.
Are you serious?
And the front woman for her team, the whole time that she was in the royal family, is a woman called Sarah Latham. Now, she does work for, or she went on to work for the late Queen, actually. She's a talented woman.
Okay.
But my goodness, I don't share her politics, Pete Dina. She's as liberal and to the left as you can get. She'd worked for Hillary Clinton. She's a big-time Democrat. So the idea that she was some sort of racist is just lunacy. And I think you're right. People are waking up to it now, because why on earth would there be a campaign in Hollywood against Meghan Markle? It just doesn't make sense. So is she becoming unemployable? I mean,
So that was a lie.
know this much, much smaller podcast unit has taken on the rights to archetypes. God knows why they would want it, because it was such a disaster for Spotify. But is it going to become increasingly difficult for her to get work?
I believe it will. I think she's going to try to get people to partner with her to help build what her vision is. And this vision is not going to be built with people that have good reputations, a good skill set to help her, because it's going to be a heavy lift to help Meghan. And also it could damage your reputation by aligning yourself with her. It is so
Wait for it.
tragic that I watch it, and as I say on my show, we're going to eat our popcorn. It's like, what are you going to do now, girl? What you going to do? Because it's not going to go your way. It's not.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, given the how She's put so many people through. I am going to be there chewing the popcorn as well. Can I just clarify, P. Dina, before we move on to Prince Harry? So you believe, your belief is that Meghan set up the paparazzi pictures because it was odd, wasn't
Very good question.
it? It was very odd.
Yes, it was very odd because I have from a source that they were leaving Tyler Perry's, they were leaving this home, and Meghan called the paps to come take the photos back. Grid, she works with them, that's known. These are who the photos were taken by, and you don't have any other photos of any other people but Oprah and Meghan, and that says a lot. That
What?
yeah, okay, Meghan, why you would want your photo taken to divert from the Hollywood Reporter. It makes so much sense. And then, I mean, you have to remember, this was the weekend of Harry's birthday, right? They said that Harry was going to be celebrating with Tyler Perry his
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
birthday because they're like right next to each other. But you're leaving this party. We heard different things that you were going to be doing for this weekend, and when this came out, they had to divert. They had to have something to do.
Fact.
And they came out with this article or these photos with Meghan smiling ear to ear, looking ridiculous because it's, what are you smiling at? And then they were at this charity event, and that was never talked about during the celebrations, his birthday coming up. Like, things didn't happen the way they were supposed to. And I think this was a diversion to try to take the minds off of the Hollywood Reporter article.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so she hijacked her husband's 40th birthday. I mean,
She
how
hijacked it.
low can you go? Although I guess we could also say that the timing of the Hollywood Reporter was a little bit nasty, publishing that as Harry turned 40.
Yeah, it was. It's just crazy. It's a soap opera, isn't it? It's
yes.
so much drama.
Oh,
And
yes.
she's feeding into it. Megan's feeding into it. She's given us a lot to talk about.
Thank you so much for watching. Dan Wootton Outspoken. You believe, your belief is that Meghan set up the paparazzi pictures because it was odd, wasn't it? It was very odd.
Yes, it was very odd because I have from a source that they were leaving Tyler Perry's,
You serious?
they were leaving this home, and Meghan called the paps to come take the photos back. Grid, she works with them, that's known. These are who the photos were taken by, and you don't have any other photos of any other people but Oprah and Meghan. And that says a lot. That, yeah, okay, Meghan, why you would want your photo taken to divert from the Hollywood Reporter. It makes so much sense. And then, I mean, you have to remember, this was the weekend of Harry's birthday, right?
Okay.
They said that Harry was going to be celebrating with Tyler Perry his birthday because they're like right next to each other. But you're leaving this party. We heard different things that you were going to be doing for this weekend, and when this came out,
Hey, y'all, come look at this.
they had to divert. They had to have something to do, and they came out with this article or these photos with Meghan smiling ear to ear, looking ridiculous because it's, what are you smiling at? And then they were at this charity event, and that was never talked about during the celebrations, his birthday coming up. Like, things didn't happen the way they were supposed to. And I think this was a diversion to try to take the minds
You serious?
off of the Hollywood Reporter article.
Royal YouTube sensation P. Dina, I've been wanting to speak to you all week because this PR blitz by Meghan and Harry following the Hollywood
Okay, I'm listening. You have my attention.
Reporter investigation has been quite something, hasn't it? What's your take on it all?
I just think it's a game changer. It's something that is setting the tone of things that we've seen previously with
That doesn't make sense.
the late night talk show hosts always joking about Harry and Meghan in a negative way. I mean, because it could have been in a good, positive way, but it's been in a negative way. The articles that have come out and the
Okay.
things that have happened in the royal family prior to Meghan and Harry coming to the States with the bullying allegations over there. And now it has come out in this mainstream, art magazine that has really shown Hollywood what the picture really is, and it's what we've been saying all along. And I just don't think that they can recover from this. I believe this is why you saw a lot of the
Wait for it.
the diversions with the photos from the Tyler Perry birthday celebration, that some are saying that it's not even I mean, there wasn't a birthday celebration, or there's no photos of anything but them in a vehicle. It shows you that Meghan set that up because you don't really see anyone else but Oprah. It shows you a lot of things that they're trying to cover up, but they keep coming out as
Fact.
being revealed to what they are and what Meghan is and what she has done. And it's nothing that she can really come back from, I don't think. I think they had a chance in the beginning when no one really knew much about them, but
Stop it.
coming out of Hollywood with this article, I mean, I just think it's going to be very detrimental to anything that she tries to build up. She's got a bad name. Her reputation is mud, essentially.
Well, the problem is, Dina, that they set up everything going to Hollywood about the fact that it was the royal machine that had treated them particularly terrible. And via people like me were pumping out untrue pieces of information.
What?
And I'm not just talking about the racism, but the bullying from staff members. I mean, remember, I was the first to ever report that Catherine and Meghan had fallen out. And it was initially over the way that Meghan was speaking to staff members at Kensington Palace.
Fact.
Because that's something that Catherine's very passionate about. You treat your staff well. So all of that was going on for such a long time. So Meghan had to develop this narrative. And you're completely right. She had a chance to start again.
Fact.
In Montecito. But these reports coming from the Hollywood Reporter mirror exactly what was coming from Buckingham Palace, Kensington Palace, Windsor Castle. So is she now going to try and say that there's some sort of conspiracy by the Hollywood elite to bring her down?
Right? Who's going to come out and and say that? Well,
Wait for it.
They're the reason this is happening. They're the reason. I mean, she can't say anyone else is the reason. It's her. She is the one that has essentially shot herself in the foot with everything. She didn't try to start anew. She didn't take the allegations that she said that were happening, this smear campaign over in England. She didn't take it seriously to try to rebrand herself to be this positive image so that she could start anew. She just came over with the same attitude, the same, ego trip, that she was just going to go to Hollywood and do what she did over in the United Kingdom. And it's been revealed. I mean, you have to remember that in the beginning, Hollywood Reporter was pretty positive